Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I see already a lot of people in the chat that are a bit joking. I'm taking some bets for what time Beppe will join, is the comment of Aldo Bonasso. Sir Raz, ciao Beppe, ciao Punsara. I'm pissed off with my Nueve is injured tomorrow. Speaking about Dusan Vlahovic. David, hello Beppe and the Juventini of the world. Alexandre Oliveira, every day I wake up and there's more and more bad news about Juventus. I'm tired, boss. Vincenzo, ale, Forza Juve, vince e non mollare mai. Ciao Sasha, ciao to RB Comes. But before continuing to say hello to all the people, let me say welcome for the very first time, this time, on this part of the live, on the channel, on video. We are saying hello to Kurt. Kurt, that is known in the chat as Rise and Cross. Welcome, Kurt. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Ciao to all the Juventini of the world. Happy to be here. Happy to see you all.
So, guys, today, when I am host and there is a guest, you know that the priority is listening to what the guest will say. I'm really curious, really curious. I told you that I wanted more and more people also to come on the live to speak. Not only that you have my version of things. I know that I give a lot of you a lot of space so that it's not only my opinion, but of course I'm always the only one that is talking. This time we have Kurt. Kurt, Rise and Cross, whatever you want to call him in the chat, you can do it. I see already a lot of people saying hello to Kurt. I see BT that is happy to see you. Ron Rusitano, David is saying ciao guys, ciao Mohammad Youssef, ciao Peter Gitti. Ciao Sasha, all the people are happy to see you. How are you feeling on this side of the camera, Kurt?
It's definitely different. I'm very honored to be on this side of the camera. I did not expect it, but every time you get to spend time with another Juventini, it's amazing. It's a great community, so I'm quite enjoying it actually.
Just to let's see if you will enjoy it at the end of the live. This we leave it open. I don't know how the experience will be. I will speak a bit about you, of course, before launching the big topics. We will speak about, unfortunately, the last minute defeat against Napoli. We will speak about the press conference of Max Allegri today. I didn't do the live, but I translated everything in the Telegram group. But we will go through the words of Max Allegri, at least the important parts. Vlahovic that will miss for the game of tomorrow. He spoke about him not staying at Juventus next year. He spoke about the important things. We'll go through all of them. Then we'll speak, of course, about if Allegri leaves, is Zidane the right option? I'm curious to hear a Kurt opinion. And then Koulibaly, that, in my opinion, we were all super excited and hot like 10 months ago. And now he's a finished player. We don't want him anymore. He's old. Now he became old. So I will also be curious about that. Kurt, please tell us from where you are in a short moment. How long are you a Juventino? Why do you love Juve? We want to know a bit more about you. And guys in the chat, if you have questions for Kurt, let's go. Huh?
Yeah, for me, well, I was born and raised on the island of Curacao, an island that predominantly had a lot of Real Madrid and Barcelona fans, to the point that they would even ask you, are you a Real Madrid or Barcelona fans, as if like they were the only two teams in the world. And I was the lone Juventus supporter, always. My love for Juve started around the 98 World Cup, because I always supported Italy. And on the 98th World Cup, there was this amazing Italian talent that I saw playing. And I found out that his name was Alessandro Del Piero. And I was like, wow, I really like his way of playing. He's an amazing player. And after the World Cup, I went to find out more about him, and I found out that he was playing for a team called Juventus. And another remarkable thing was, sadly, Italy got defeated by France, but
Don't
the
remind
top,
me, please. Let's skip that part. Let's skip that part.
but it was interesting to see that the top two players of France, for me, was Thierry Henry and Zinedine Zidane. And on that time when I looked at Juventus, they also played in Juventus. So I'm like, this is an interesting team. I like what they're about. And then I looked into the history of Juventus, and I never looked back.
Saif said, "Great, grande Ryzen, good job not being a sheep."
Oh, thank you.
And now you are not
I
anymore in
appreciate it.
Curacao. Huh? Where are you located now?
Now I moved to Netherlands. I'm currently very close to Amsterdam. So now I'm in Europe. So the plane tickets are going to be cheaper if I'm going to fly to Turin to catch a game.
Already gone to the stadium?
No, sadly not, but hopefully, very soon.
I hope for you because it's whatever people are saying, and they are probably correct also that the atmosphere is less great and so on in terms of support, chants, no drums in the stadium. I can guarantee you, and I believe that all the people in the chat that went to the Juve stadium, the moment that you cross that line of, when you're showing your ticket and they let you in, you never know, don't forget
Yeah.
your ID because the security is quite high in controlling and so on. But from that moment, you always have. I personally always have a stress like you never know if they tell no you can't come in. But from that moment that you cross that line of going
Yeah.
in, it's really fantastic. And then you go in, and then you go with the stairs. And the first time that you see that pitch without the players, if you are really on time, but it's beautiful. It's like wow. And I always, and I went more than 10 times. I always have goosebumps. Goosebumps. It's crazy.
I mean, the only big stadium that I've been to was the Johan Cruyff Arena
Yeah.
uh, here in Amsterdam. And even then, I was like, "Oh, this is amazing." So the whole time I was there, I was like, "If I felt this way at the Johan Cruyff Arena, like, how would I feel at the Allianz Stadium?"
Mm.
Like, I always felt that. I think I would probably be in disbelief for quite a while.
Look, I have visited the Amsterdam Arena. Um, I went to Camp Nou. I went to a few stadium and San Siro. And even if some are really impressive, like Camp Nou is impressive. You go there, it's huge. It's really huge, and you're that small. Uh, you can't compare with the emotions you have when you enter the Allianz Stadium because it's you. Uh,
Yeah.
you can't. So I'm sure if you already had some goosebumps in the Amsterdam Arena when you will go, and I hope really soon. Kurt. So, Vincenzo, similar story to Kurt. USA 94. I looked up to Baggio, played for Juve, and I chose my team. A lot of us, choosing a player according to a national team and then moving to that team.
Yeah.
Or it come, from your father, your mother, your grandparents, or because you like the colors of a shirt, can happen as well. But a lot of time, a lot of people like Vincenzo are saying, similar stories. Um, they want the backstory, I believe. What name does Ryzen have in the back of his kit? No, it's not
No,
even. Do you want people to guess, or do you have a name?
no, I do have a name, but I am 100% sure they will not guess it, so it's kind of unfair.
Because it's not a player.
It's not a player.
Okay. So
What I do have a shirt here because I felt that question would pop up. I do have a shirt here, and I always I started a tradition that I would at the start of every year I would buy a home jersey, and I would contrary to you put my last name on it and 87 as the year I was born, because for me I feel so much as a fan, like so much part of the team, that I told myself, you know what, every time that I'm going to support Juve, I need my own uniform. So I'm going to put my name on the back, my year of birth, and that's just going to be my thing. Like every single home jersey, I'm going to have one of them.
At
with
least you
my
don't
name on
have
it.
the problems I have.
Yeah,
You don't have problems with choosing because you already know your strategy, and so
yeah,
it's the same. And secondly, you don't bring bad luck to the players like I do most of the time with the shirts. Uh, Joseph Pugliese, Beppe, because it's the second time he tell me, Beppe, I said ciao, Beppe. Sorry, Joseph, I didn't see your message earlier. When are you going to win an entry to see Juve Inter? Where are you going to win an entry? A guy from Brussels, for example. Win. I mean, I don't do, guys. GJustjuve, the channel is not Juventus FC. I don't do lotteries about tickets to win to the. No, the only thing I can do is I can tell you when I go, and if you want to join me and we see each
yeah.
other there, we can. But I don't offer tickets. I don't have tickets to offer. Yusuf
I
is saying,
think if you
really
had
interesting.
tickets, you
Make
would
me
go.
think which player from today's squad will the kids of the future mention. I can partially answer you that question, Yusuf. If we are comparing national team and then joining to team, Chiesa, Chiesa, of course, was an important one in terms of what they did in Euro 2021, even if it was called 2020. But bringing a lot of people to Juve because of Federico Chiesa, I think he did a really big impact. So Chiesa could be. Okay, we have to speak about unfortunately sad things. Let's speak about
Yeah,
football. Juventus uh, lineup: Rogani, no Bremer, no Di Maria, no Chiesa, no Vlahovic, and the game was important. At the end, Juventus scores a goal, cancelled, disallowed, a lot of controversy. We go up, we score a second. We never saw any replay of it, but looks like the ball is out. Cancelled. Quadrado is looking for a penalty. He's not receiving correctly that penalty, and we concede a 1-0. Defeat. Napoli can potentially even win the Scudetto next week already. As a Juve fan, not even talking about the off topics points. Juve, Napoli, how do you feel? How much is it now? 24, 48 hours later? How do you feel?
yeah. For me, it's always tougher when it happens at the last minute, um, and I feel like sometimes we always let our guard down, as if like we accepted that the game is already over, and that's when they always get us. That's what happened with Inter. That's what happened with Napoli. Um, and I don't know. I would love to have one game with Napoli or Inter where I can say there wasn't any controversy, that we won because we won, or we lost because we lost, without any extra influences or any extra doubt. But it really hurt both times that it happened right at the last minute.
Can I make you a student? I know we are live. I can ask questions. I will put you also difficult questions. Huh? What do you
Okay.
prefer? And I want the chat also to help Kurt. Do you prefer a victory at the last minute victory, with controversy, or you prefer a loss without controversy?
Yeah, of course, I would take the victory any single day. Any single day, I would take the victory.
Okay, so you want to win with a controversy, but you don't like to lose with a controversy. It's easy like that, huh?
Exactly, exactly. Like, I mean, I would prefer like no controversy on either side, because at the end of the day, I also don't want to hear, even though you're gonna hear it anyways, the Napoli or Inter fans saying, "Oh, you won because of the referee," or "You won because of this." Yeah, like calling you Rubentus and stuff like that. I also want on their side to not be any excuses.
Mm. I understand. I received the assist from a BT that said there will be 100% controversy tomorrow. So I launched a poll for the people in the chat. You already saw it. You can vote yes or no. When I'm speaking about controversy, will be again a decision of VAR, a red card that is dubious. More than controversy, correct me if I'm wrong, but we will go to Inter in a second. Let's first focus on Napoli. But I believe that just open brackets and closing brackets, I believe that tomorrow, in the first half already, the chances are really high to see a red card. For who? I don't know. But the environment is so toxic. I believe it will be a big controversial game tomorrow. What do you vote in the poll, Kurt? Will there be controversy tomorrow?
Oh,
Yes or no?
yeah, of course, of course. The stadium that we're playing in, Inter Juve, the tension of the first game. Of course, something's gonna happen. Like even I think it would also put pressure on the referees because more than likely they're gonna have conversations with them. Um, they know that it's gonna be a tense situation. They know that they're going to be under scrutiny. So I think for the referee as well, they are either going to be very eager to pull out cards, or they're going to be very shy to do so. I think it's going to be one or the other.
People, 88% are voting for yes, they will be. I see the chat. They are reminding us that Doveri will be the referee. Is that a correct I don't understand. Doveri is the one that whistled last year, and there were some controversy. We all remember that fall on De Chilio that became suddenly a penalty for Dzeko. Is the one that was spotted in the airport with the Inter bag. So I'm not questioning the team is supporting. Everyone is supporting a team. That doesn't mean that sometimes you can't split your professionalism from the team that you are supporting. But is it a smart choice or not to have that referee with the controversial of on the field and off the field, having that referee for the big game of tomorrow in a moment like this one?
I think they have no shame, no shame whatsoever. I mean, if they had any sense, they would have picked another referee. A referee that is an Inter supporter, going to San Siro to judge a game between Juve and Inter. I mean, you're just asking for it at that point.
That's the problem, huh? Because again, I'm not going. I'm not anticipating. I don't know what will happen tomorrow, but if you really want to avoid every kind of controversy, you don't put Doveri. I'm just showing some pictures to the people that didn't see it. This was taken like 2 years ago when there was COVID still, and people were wearing masks, and then you see the referee that was taken with some Inter bags. Again, tomorrow he can do a perfect game, and I hope he can really whistle a perfect game. I don't care what team he's supporting or not, but just pay attention. I don't think it's a really smart decision, because then if something happens, Juventini will complain and they will go back to that one, and instead of really judging objectively, you give them also the chance to start with controversy, and that's, I believe, a really stupid choice. But go back to Napoli, Kurt. Okay. Foul from Milik or not, according to you?
If it was a foul from Milik?
Yeah. On that goal of Di Maria that was cancelled?
No.
Okay. Why?
Not for me. Not for me. Because for me, attacking foul is a... It's defined as if you intentionally foul or trip someone. Milik was going for the ball. He was going for the ball, and as you can see, the attacker came and caught, like there was contact. Of course, there was contact, and as you said yourself, football is a contact sport. But there wasn't any motion or intention from Milik to trip him or anything. He literally went for the ball. There was contact, and the play moved on. The ref was right there. Um, it's kind of brings me back to a game against Juve versus Milan. I don't know if you remember when they completely bodied Rabiot from behind,
I
knocking
remember
him on
really
the
well.
ground, and then it resulted in a counter that Milan scored, and no VAR, no reaction, no nothing. The ref just said stand up, and again, with Juve, it's like okay, now VAR steps in. Now we check, even though if it wasn't any foul, in my opinion, it got taken away.
Look, I I have never been against VAR. I was watching earlier. I was watching a game of volleyball, and I'm not a big expert of volleyball or so on, but it was on television I was watching, and then at a certain moment we hear like both coaches they have two calls for VAR. It's not called VAR, but they have both two calls. If you call and you are correct, your calls remain two. If you call and you were incorrect in interrupting the game, then it goes lower, and then you remain with one attempt. Was nice. Was really nice to see, because you are also thinking, when do I call? When do I not call? You are paying attention. Was really nice to see. I love the technology VAR, but like this, there is no rule anymore, because the rules are written. The rules are written. If
Yeah.
there is no clear mistake from the referee in judging, you can't call him, because it's a referee decision. Of course, if he doesn't see the because he's turned and he can't see it, you have to call him. If it's really a big mistake of the referee, you can ask him to watch it again. If there is a handball, if there is a wrong card given to a wrong player, you can call. So this is all written black and white. But here you clearly see the referee that is watching it, he's seeing it, and he's saying no. And he's also showing with his hands, continue. He's saying continue. They continue. That means that he judged at that moment that there was no big impact, or impact enough to call it a foul, because he's really going, he's anticipating Lobotka, I believe. He's going with his foot, he's touching the ball, and we continue. And calling that one, of course, if you are watching it at velocity 0.005, you can't judge anymore the entity of it. And when you are watching, you whistle, especially because it's a referee that was already in difficulty for all the game. He had some difficulties in giving yellow cards, I believe 4 or 5 to Juve, one at the 93rd minute to Napoli. Well, that referee, you are putting him really in difficulty. I believe personally, tell me if I'm wrong or not, Kurt, that when you are calling a referee and you are telling him you will be the referee of Juve Napoli, Juve Inter, Inter Juve, a referee is happy, because that's the moment of his career, that's the big game, that's why he wanted to become a referee. I have the feeling that the referee Fabri that was there in Juve Napoli, when they told him you will be the referee of Juve Napoli, he didn't sleep, because he was scared of doing a mistake. I don't believe in a bad intention of the referee. I really think that with everything around, with the toxicity of the environment, the referee is scared to take a wrong decision favoring Juventus. And in that case, if you call him and you say, look what's happening, he's scared. I will go first before think about it on my answer, what you made about it, and then we can also speak about the game of Juve versus Napoli. I want your take. Did we play well or not? But first, let me say thank you to Colin for a donation. Thank you, my friend. Colin is saying 13 for luck against Inter. Getting favorable refs is right out of the Moratti handbook. So Colin is one that knows a bit of history of Juve. He was there, I think, in 2006. He knows a bit of what happened with Calciopoli and so on and so on. Well, I would not say only Inter, but if we're looking in the last stories of Juve Inter, we saw a lot of dubious decisions, but really a lot. Maybe probably too much. And probably this is what frustrates, like you said a bit earlier, Kurt, this is what frustrates Juventini today. That today you see how much decisions are impacting us, but still you are the one that are called a thief. And that frustrates. Because when you are asking, but look, today I was watching on Twitter, but if Moggi was still around in these years, Quadrado would have received 20 penalties per year. If you go back in the era, in the 12 seasons of Moggi at Juve, you see that Juventus didn't have any penalties. I have them here. In the seasons, for example, that were judge of Calciopoli, let's say, the Moggi era, 94, 2006, 93 penalties for Milan, 88 Lazio, 86 Roma, 82 Juve, 80 Inter. You can't say that Juventus received the most penalties because you have a difference of 11 penalties for Milan more. If you go to decisive penalties, so the penalties that were scored that were really having an impact on the result at that moment when they were taken in these years, so 94, 2006, you see that Milan had 38 decisive penalties, Inter 30, Juve 28, Roma 28, Lazio 24. So even, if you're showing them facts and you study and you're still called a thief. And this is one of the most frustrating things. Tell me, Kurt, I spoke too much.
Well, first thing I will say, when people hate you, they're not gonna attack you with truth and facts. They're gonna find whatever fiction or rumors and use that to attack you with. And going back to the referees, I feel like something popped into my head. A friend of mine always said that VAR came to just show you how they steal from you. Because he says now he sees certain things and certain decisions being taken that would leave him scratching his head. And I feel that the referees, not every referee can be a Pierluigi Collina. Some referees are intimidated by players. They see the players running towards them and then complaining. And I don't know, like they don't have the backbone to stand up behind their decisions. And I'm seeing that more and more as time passes. And it's kind of sad to see.
There is a Tariq that is becoming a member for 18 months. Thank you, Tariq. And he's saying, la sudditanza psicologica is back in calcio. Sudditanza psicologica is really an Italian term, especially used in football, unfortunately. But it's, how can I translate that? The psychological influence... how can I translate it? Tarek, you are putting me in difficulty, translating la sudditanza psicologica. But it's the influence of the outside that is actually influencing you, how you are refereeing a game, how you are taking some decisions off the field about football. And this is something that we see on the papers, how the storytelling is, because BT is speaking about storytelling. Tarek is saying psychological subjection. Is this something you believe in?
Me, of course, yeah. It's even if we tend to deny it ourselves. I think everyone is subjected to it at one point. That's why media has such power. What you see, what they feed you, day in, day out, it starts to influence you. And I feel like that's why you have some Juventini attacking Juventus, because at one point they're seeing all of these things in the media to the point that they get frustrated and go at each other. It's a very powerful tool. Um, that's why nations use propaganda to influence their people.
Look, did you see I don't know if you watched the video of this morning or not. Um, on the channel, I spoke a lot about that front page. Let me put something a bit better here. Wait. Yeah. The stadium. Let's put the stadium.
Yeah.
Did you watch the video of this morning on this channel or not yet?
Not yet,
Okay.
because
That's
I was in class this morning.
That's good. That's good. So I can explain you. So this morning, Gazzetta dello Sport is coming with Euro Stangata Juve, which means Euro blow Juve. And in small, you can see small, it's still huge, but they're saying UEFA is preparing to ban Juventus from the cups. This is the big, big, big title of Gazzetta dello Sport. If you go into page 2 and 3, so the day before Inter Juve, what do you see? Not the game. You're seeing Juve without Europe. UEFA is thinking about it. It's already a different title. So if you're going to the first page, UEFA is preparing the ban of Juve of the cups. And here, Juventus is thinking about it. UEFA. If you are going and read actually the article, there is nothing. There is nothing. It's all suppositions. It's yes, maybe. They are maybe thinking about it. The reason why is because, it's really simple, it's because in end of July, UEFA needs to know the team that will participate to the different competitions. Conference League, Europa League and Champions League. So they say that, they said nothing. It's Gazzetta dello Sport that is saying that in Lyon, in UEFA, they are thinking that if the court, the justice, can't agree on something before the end of July, well, probably it will be a council of fair play of UEFA that will take care and take a decision about Juventus. I don't know if they will ban us. I don't know what will be the consequence of it. I have no idea about nothing. The only thing I know is, why are you putting something without any concrete accusation the day before Inter Juve, with Juve out of the cups? And when you are reading, there is actually no evidence that UEFA said nothing. Of course, it's logical. You can't even say to Gazzetta dello Sport, you can't tell them, but it's not correct. Yes, it has a sense. It is logical that UEFA wants to know the team that will participate. But why today? Why making the environment even more toxic? Why right after the 15 points were given temporarily back to Juve? Why when Juventus qualified to the semi-final, which actually shows two things. Juventus will have more chances to be in Europe next season. One, because we are in top 4 and Roma lost. 2, because you have 20% chances to win Europa League. So the chances are increasing. And boom, you have these kind of pages. This is something that I am extremely, extremely angry about. Now that you know, now that I explained to you, I want your take.
I honestly, I think Gazeta, Juve must be their favorite team, because Juve is probably making them a lot of money. Because when I see stuff like that, the only thing I can think of is that they are enjoying the fact that there are a lot of anti-Juve. And if they put that on the front page, if they put that in their papers, these people, for them, they don't care that it doesn't say anything. What they care about is they see that front page. It's something against Juve. It's something that will give them hope that Juve's out of Europe. Juve is guilty. Juve is this, and they're gonna buy it. I think this is nothing else but a marketing ploy to sell papers. They know. I think they know that they don't have anything, but they know that people would buy.
There is Alexandre that is saying Gazzetta dello Sport to me is a persona non grata. I choose to not take them seriously. It's good for the mental health. I agree with Alexandre, but unfortunately, since 2006, I never bought any Gazzetta dello Sport anymore. It was the only Italian paper available in Belgium. Internet was not as easy access as today, but I didn't buy them because I remember how they manipulated mass in 2006 with Calciopoli. But since I have the channel, I'm obliged because I want to know what they are saying. I want also to understand how an Italian that is not supporting, or even from abroad, that is not supporting Juve, which titles they are reading and how they are influenced. I think it's really important to understand because, look, if I will try to defend the other teams and other supporters now, because it's easy to speak about Juve, making some researches, making some stats. I have full of papers here, but it's easy because we studied what we have, and we have, of course, a pro-Juve approach. If you have to decide a 50-50, you will lean towards Juve because it's the club of your heart. But if you are a non-Juve that are already looking negatively about the black and whites, well, you see these big titles, you see these articles, you don't read them. It's not even your team. About Milan, they have some problems with the owners. They made some really strange things there. Well, I saw the titles and I don't read them. I have already enough with my team. So imagine reading the other ones. But as I don't know enough, I don't speak about that. But of course, I'm saying there are some really strange things there, And that's what annoying me. Nerogost, 11 months with us on the channel, saying media have ruined it for us in Italy. Is that a correct statement from Nerogost? And thank you, Nero.
That media has ruined it in Italy. I think some media ruined it everywhere because there was a point in time that the media was all about the news, but honestly, the more I look around, it's more about selling. It's more about profit. So it's more about rumors. Back in the day, journalists used to be journalists, and they used to do research, and the key thing was be the first to bring out facts, to bring out the truth, and that's how you build up your media. But now it's, let me just throw whatever is hot and trending, whatever sells, and if it's true, I don't care, as long as it's something that will sell the papers.
Maharai is bringing us back to the field because he's saying Beppe, Kurt, and all the Juventini of the world, it's no longer about football, it's political and Juve against the world. We need to be better and win the games and shut everyone's mouth. How did we play against Napoli? Is it enough to beat Inter? What great things did you see? And what didn't you like about it?
I mean, we held our own against Napoli, even though we could have done way more because in terms of shots, they eclipsed us on shots. They eclipsed us in possession. Even though the fouls were quite close to each other, I think 15 for Juve and 11 for Napoli. Which translated to 4 yellow cards for Juve and 1 yellow card for Napoli. I feel like we can do so much more, especially, I don't know, I always feel like Juve at one point gets comfortable or content with how things are, and they slow down. Because if I look at it, the goal that they scored against us, Fagioli was the one that was supposed to guard Raspadori, and at one point he's looking towards what's happening by the ball, to the point that he paid no attention that Raspadori started his
Mm.
run. The only time he noticed was when the ball got crossed, and then he started to run, but then it was too late. So we get tunnel vision sometimes in defense, and I think that that's something that we really need to work on.
I love the Alexander Oliveira. Juve Spider-Man and Gazzetta dello Sport is run by J. Jonah Jameson. I'm laughing because I started. I bought the PS5, and by the way, I've put it on my television. That's why I'm not playing a lot here. But I started a career again from zero, and it's quite fun. But the last time I was a bit annoyed by football again. I was a bit disgusted, and I wanted to think about something else. So I'm playing at the moment Spider-Man, the first one that came out on PS5, and it's a great game. I don't. You are a gamer as well, eh? Rise and Cross.
Yeah, I do play
I know.
whatever I can. Yeah, so definitely.
What is the last game you played?
The last game I played was Apex.
Ah,
Uh,
when it went out, when it was released, it was of course the adult version of Fortnite for some people and so on.
yeah,
I played a bit and then I gave up, but then it became better. Do you recommend Apex to people that never played?
yeah. I mean, I do. Even though they need to be ready for a rude awakening, because there's a there's a lot of people that are pretty good at the game now. They got
Mm.
used to it, you know. So if you're just getting into it, don't worry that you're dying a lot. It'll come along, but it is an interesting. I feel like Apex is a game that they can easily create a movie out of, or a backstory, or a comic series out of it.
Okay, I see a lot of people are now speaking about games. I see, wait, let me see. Rocket League for the World. I see FIFA 23 all the way, or Assassin's Creed PGA
Mm.
2023. Apex will be missed on mobile. God of War. They're great games, huh, guys?
Mm.
Great
Yeah.
licenses that you're speaking about. Yesterday, I had the chance to speak with the Serie A winner that is playing for Juventus, Danny Pitbull. I had the honor to have a live with him, and it was quite interesting to see how they prepare, He was explaining a lot of really
Mm.
nice things. So I don't know if people know, but Juventus, we started again this season with FIFA 23 because we were on another platform before. So we start also the sports competition. We played Serie A
Mhm.
and we won the trophy. So whatever happens, we won a trophy this year. The nice thing I
Yeah.
asked him, Kurt, I asked him, is it true the meme? The meme of the stool that you are doing like this when you need to be a bit more concentrated. You know that meme?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
asked him live. I said, is it true or is it just a myth? He said, no, it's true. When you are playing too relaxed, it's not good. You have to put yourself a bit more front.
Yeah, that I can totally understand where he's coming from.
Eh.
But yeah, I'm happy because no more Piemonte Calcio. So
The Piemonte Calcio. You know that I didn't want to play with Piemonte Calcio also because the outfits were
yeah.
really, really, really ugly. But
Oh yeah.
seriously, no, I couldn't. It was too much for me. Going back to Juve, I lost my small papers with my structure. But anyway, um, the words of Max Allegri, Dusan Vlahovic at 99% will not be there. Had a small distortion during the training today. Um, we don't score. This is a reality. We can speak about referee decisions. We can speak about a lot of things, but the reality is we don't score. In the month of April, we had more games than goals. At the moment, our strikers are not scoring. The only one that was a bit more informed was Moiskin. That is the third striker. Um, will Dusan Vlahovic be missed tomorrow? That's my first question. And then tomorrow, how do we play? Who will score? How do we need to score?
How do we need to score? Oh my god. You know, it's I feel. like the goal would probably come from a midfielder at this point. Um, Hopefully, we don't just play on the wings, because I notice I think they tend to rely on Cuadrado's dribbling a lot.
That tomorrow he
Um,
will not be there.
yeah, he will not be there, but I feel like Juve needs to. The best Juve games are the ones that we are versatile in attack, and by that I mean sometimes we move in from the left, sometimes we move in on the right, but we also engage the center of the field. I feel like that's where we are at our most dangerous. Um, and I also feel like we need to engage some of the long shots more. I agree with Anthony. Like I would put my hopes in Milik because I feel like Milik is a striker that Vlahovic can learn a lot from, because I noticed like Vlahovic sometimes he has too much touches on the ball,
Mhm.
and Milik is a experienced striker that knows when to shoot. Like he doesn't seem that he touches the ball too much before he has to take a shot. And I think Vlahovic sometimes before he shoots, it's almost like he's in his head saying, "I need to score, I need to do this, I need to do that," and then he messes up and maybe misses the shot, or I've seen him kick the ball completely off. I think he's really inside his own head way too much.
How do we play tomorrow? Give me two lineups. The one that you think Max will play, and the one that you would play with the available guys of tomorrow.
Oh, man. Let's see who is available tomorrow.
But everyone except of apparently Vlahovic and Keane, all the other ones should be there.
Except Vlahovic and Keane.
Yeah, but Vlahovic, there is a small possibility, but he will. Let's say he's not there, and he will not even start. So that's a fact.
Ooh. I think we might see a combination of possibly Chiesa, Milik, and Di Maria.
All of them from the start.
Um, Honestly, I believe so. I believe so. I think it would be a smart choice to do as well, because I would rather like try and secure the game as quickly as possible, and then maybe worry about adding some fresh legs to contain the game. But I feel like we need to surprise Inter early, because as much as people like to assume that Inter is a well-established team or whatever, I feel like Inter is also a very slow starting team. So the quicker you start by scoring some goals, the worse off they would be.
So you gave me three names. I give you one. Perin is in the goal that has already been confirmed.
Okay.
What else? That's the
Uh,
one that you want, or the one that you think?
the one that I think and want, to be
Okay,
honest.
okay, okay. That's easier.
All
So
right.
who else?
Uh,
Bremer plays.
let's see. I would say Bremer, Danilo.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, I want to say Gatti rather than Alexandro.
Okay. So that means we go with a three-man defense or four.
I would say three.
Okay.
Um, Rabiot, 100%. I think that's just that probably should have been like the first name on the list.
Yeah.
To be honest. Maybe Locatelli.
Yeah. Hey, you miss two people.
Yeah.
Kostic.
Let's see. I suggest Kostic, yes. And if we do not have Desiglio,
Hey, you don't have a lot of choice, huh?
yeah, that midfield's looking. Yeah, just drop him there.
I dropped. That's your lineup for tomorrow.
Yeah, I would say yeah.
Okay, guys, make a
Not ideal, but
screenshot with your eyes of this one. I will give you mine. Okay, and then people will decide which one they believe will be there tomorrow. Okay. It's not the one I want. Really, I think will happen tomorrow. Okay, Perin in the goal. It's an easy one. Okay. Then now it starts with attenzione. Wait, let me first do it and then I explain. Okay. We play with 3. Pay attention. Pay attention to what I will show you. You will go crazy because I know that the other one is also crazy. Where is he? Tomorrow we play like that. And we surprise everyone. Tomorrow we play like that and we surprise everyone.
You know, I mean, I would love to see
People are not convinced, guys.
That I don't know. Something interesting should have happened to Allegri for that to like be the start of.
Look, it's a this one is fantastic. Trust me, bro. That's how this one is. You don't believe me? Okay. I will do a poll. And then we will see. Then we will see. Wait. The poll is. Will Pogba start tomorrow? Yes, Beppe, stop dreaming. Or drinking, whatever.
My heart hopes so. Let me say it like that. My heart really hopes Pogba starts.
Here we are not speaking about heart. Here we are speaking about what we think. Will Pogba start tomorrow? Yes, I trust you, bro. Or Beppe, stop dreaming and drinking. So you have both choices, whatever you want. You will see. You will see. Pogba at the 85th? No. Tomorrow he starts. And I know, you know why? Because Allegri, he knows that game can go to the injury time. Okay? Injury time, to the extra time. It's a possibility. A big one. Okay? Listen to my logic, guys. Huh? He knows. Pogba, he said he will play a part of the game. If you put Pogba at the 60th minute, part of the game, it's not at the 80th. Huh? So at the 60th, Pogba needs to play 30 plus 30. It's 1 hour of game. That's a big risk. If you put Pogba in the first minute, he can potentially play 45. And from 45, if he's doing well, you continue. If he's not going well, you go him out. It's more logical to see Pogba in the beginning of the game where you can put him out after the first half than seeing him in Attenzione, now the people that said no Beppe, they are all scared because my theory convinced all of them. And I saw your face, Kurt. I saw your face.
I mean, it is like a good theory, very good theory. I don't know. Sometimes Allegri. Oh man,
Not convinced?
I would hope you're right. I'm still not convinced, but I hope you're right.
Let's see. We will see tomorrow.
I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, I will tell you. Let me continue my explanation, okay? Why am I saying four-man defense? Because there is a logic in everything I say. Since we lost Quadrado, you remember, Juve Inter, beginning of March, the 4th of April. Did you see that we played a few games or a few moments of game with four men? Something that didn't happen before. Why? Because I believe that he knows that without Quadrado, having De Sciglio as in a 3-5-2 I'm speaking, can be a problem. So he's avoiding starting De Sciglio in a 3-5-2. He could potentially play here, not excluding it, but I'm not sure. But I think that he really wants to go for a four-man, and we saw it versus Sporting, a bit versus Lazio, we saw it versus Napoli. So why? Because he's preparing Inter Juve of tomorrow with a four-man. That's what I think. He starts with these guys, okay? Locatelli starts. Rabiot, you said it, he's the first one on the list. It could potentially be Miretti. I don't know. But I see Pogba more, not really. Wait. Because if you play with two persons, Chiesa and Di Maria, they don't like to do the job of going on Brozovic or Çalhanoğlu like Sule is doing. Di Maria, he doesn't want to do that job. So 3-5-1-1 with Di Maria will play well offensively, but he doesn't want to do the job on Brozovic for an entire game. So he's looking for some people that they can do the job. So he will probably sacrifice a Fagioli or a Miretti, whoever is playing, probably a Fagioli that is a bit more physical, having him, Fagioli, on Brozovic, giving freedom to Pogba, but also scaring Inter. With a Di Maria that is not on Brozovic or Çalhanoğlu, Bastoni will not be able to go up too much. And he will remain a bit more behind. Because Bastoni is a pain in the ass, Bastoni. Because he loves to go up. My theory of the game of tomorrow.
So basically, at least we do agree that Pogba would be the one to scare Inter.
Yeah.
Because we all know how Pogba loves his long shots. And that, I feel like, would loosen up the Inter defense a little bit more.
I'm watching a bit the reaction of the chat. Henrik Juve saying, with this formation we will win nothing. Beppe out. Did we win those games, Beppe? If Pogba starts, I put a black gold jersey from 2016. If he enters in the 64th minute, then people are saying, oh, Beppe, but if he enters at the 75th, well, it's a bit the same. In terms of length, they're also correct, huh? Also correct. Beppe, I put trust in you. Don't trust me, guys. Marco is laughing. People are not happy with Bonucci. and I convinced BT. So you see, what is the vote saying now? I didn't convince them because they are going with 62% of the people are saying Beppe, stop dreaming. 30, I still convinced 38%, which is not bad, huh? Which is not bad. A few more questions. Allegri today, and I will quote what he said about in press conference. They asked him, "Will he be there next season?" Okay. Recently, he said, "I want to tell you that next year we will go and we will win." Where I was not really 100% agreeing with these kinds of affirmations in a season where we have so many difficulties and we don't know what we will do next year. But today he received the question, "Will you be there?" So he said, "If I will stay 100%, he said, I have a contract of 2 years with Juventus. I feel privileged. Working 7 years at Juve is not granted and not for everyone, so not everyone can do that. Then in life, sometimes things are going the wrong way and we need to face them with responsibility, with large shoulders and clear ideas about the future. I am a corporate person. I feel the responsibility. Let's first think about finishing the season well, finishing second, which is not easy, winning a cup, which is not easy. But we must have clear ideas about the futures because Juventus needs to plan next season, but with all the serenity and calm and the will to do better, being aware that Juve must go back to win. If we will be able to win next season, I don't know, but I can promise that we will do our best and put all the effort into it as we did in the last 2 seasons." And then he continues. He didn't say yes. I had the feeling that he really avoided the question. And also, for the very first time, maybe, not alla Conte, because Antonio Conte would go full power, blaming everyone, but maybe saying, also from my side, I need a bit of security. I can't continue seasons like this that are really difficult off the field and so on and so on. I expose myself. I am a corporate person, but it's maybe a bit difficult. That's what I had a bit of feeling. What do you take out of these words of Max Allegri and also the chat? And guys, without Allegri out, let's speak about what he said in press conference.
I think he basically said without saying it that there's a lot of uncertainty. That basically he's saying he doesn't know. He doesn't know at the end of the season if they're going to say, okay, we will find someone else, or he doesn't know if they assured him that, you're going to continue being the Mister at Juventus. So I think probably it's still up in the air. Maybe on the inside they say, if he wins a cup, if he secures a position in Champions League, then yes. We don't know, but definitely there's a lot of uncertainty in the way he answered that.
What would you do?
What would I do if I was Allegri or Juventus?
Both. It's a good question. Both.
If I was Juventus, because I thought about this a lot actually. If I was Juventus, I would definitely sit and wait. My preference would be to keep Allegri. And I will explain why before some Juventini drag me away.
Wait,
I will explain why.
I have changed the way because after 1 hour and 5 minutes, I discovered that actually we are much better because I'm looking that way, so that way, and you are the other one. I think this one is better. You see, after 1 hour and 5 minutes, it came. So don't insult Kurt about the fact that he wants to keep Allegri. He will explain now.
Yeah. The reason being is I do not think at this point in time Juve needs another change in leadership. The reason being is that he is figuring out with the youngsters, he's figuring out with the people he has. And I know a lot of people would want Zidane. I mean, if Allegri does not stay, then okay, bring on Zidane. But even then, there are certain things that people did not really take into account. That Zidane, the only team he has ever managed was Real Madrid, in the Real Madrid organization, an organization that has a lot of money. He can ask for a player, and there's a good chance they would be able to buy the player he needs. Real Madrid is already a team that has a winning mentality, a winning history, has the best players in the world. It's definitely a team, one of the richest teams as well in all of Europe. So Zidane was not proven outside of that organization. Would he be the same manager in Juventus? Would he be the same manager if he went to Ligue 1, or maybe even if he became a Bayern manager? Like, would he have that same success? We don't know. And another thing that people need to realize is Zidane can come in and some of your favorite players might be switched up, because he is a manager that at Real Madrid proved that if he doesn't believe in a player, it doesn't matter how well the player plays. If that player does not fit in his structure of how he feels the game should be played, he would bench that player and just not use him. Like, look at what happened to Isco. Look at what happened to Militao, Jovic, Gareth Bale, James Rodriguez. Players that some people at Madrid felt that, hey, these players should play, but Zidane didn't see them in his style and just benched them. So who knows if he's gonna come in and decide that maybe Fagioli needs to leave, or Miretti needs to leave, or
Theo
maybe
Hernandez and Hakimi, they left, huh?
Hmm?
They were from the team of Real Madrid back then, huh? Theo Hernandez and Hakimi left Real Madrid.
because he can be a very headstrong manager. If he comes in and says, you know what, Chiesa's not moving the way he used to, I don't see him in the future of Juventus, then what? There goes our favorite boy. And he can come in and do very well, but he can also disrupt a lot of things with Juve.
You know what I like a lot? When you are speaking, I listen to you, but I also have a bit more time to really read the comments. I always do, but especially when I'm not speaking or watching. So you had a few support. You didn't answer 100% about Allegri, but you gave some. And Punsara said, Allegri, I also believe he's the best man. I saw that if Kurt wants to keep Allegri, I vote for him as the director. There is Calcio with Reno Z from Vancouver. He's saying we have to win tomorrow, otherwise he will break everything. Sasha, I vote for Kurt and Beppe for coaches of Juve next season, as long as Bonucci is not playing. Juve should at least look for Marcelo Gallardo, who coached River. He has more experience than Zidane. It's a name that is trendy, of course. He did well at the River. I think that will never happen, personally. Yeah, I don't knowing Juventus, I don't believe that something that crazy would happen in a moment like today. In a moment where Juventus needs a bit of certainties, I don't think so. Except of Zidane, that you explained really well. Other coaches that you would say, If, of course, if Allegri is not there, is there a profile, a coach that you say, okay, this is my top three coaches, if not Allegri?
Oh, top three, like which coaches are available?
Let's
No,
go
like
with fantasy. Let's go with fantasy. So you don't need to have them available.
okay, fantasy coaches. Uh, which one I would pick if not Allegri? Let me think. Let me think. Um,
You have some suggestions in the chat. Huh? Colin Wynn is going for De Zerbi. Pochettino
mm,
from Arif. Zidane is a builder coach. Juve Pulse. Italiano and De Zerbi.
I mean,
Ancelotti. Luis Enrique.
I always I like the Pochettino one for sure. Um, I also, to be honest, Jeff Company. Yeah, Company is an intense coach. Yeah? Uh, I always liked Pochettino, especially in the earlier days, what he did to Tottenham. Um, Luis Enrique, I never liked him. Sorry. Sorry, I just do not. Ancelotti, I would not mind. And maybe I like Tudor and maybe Klopp.
Mm.
Yeah,
Klopp.
I like how the old school that Klopp brings into the mentality of the team.
Mm. I like Klopp as well. I really like Klopp as well. Radovan is saying, I just realized this guy is our Rising Cross. Mamma mia. Yeah, of course, guys. Radovan,
Our,
after 1 hour and 12 minutes, it was time that you realized that it's our boy. Um, there are a lot, no, of course, not a lot are available. Klopp will remain at Liverpool. Pep Guardiola will remain at Manchester City. So there are not that many options. Ryan S is giving a lot of names, but I believe it's more like I don't want Allegri anymore. Italiano, De Zerbi, Nagelsmann, Tudor, Pirlo, Zidane. You know what's funny? It's all these coaches are totally different from each other. You have a Tudor that is linked more to a Conte in terms of really aggressivity, motivation. Zidane that is more Zidane is more an Allegri kind of
yeah.
manager, you know, Ancelotti, Allegri, Zidane, managing champions and cool. Then you have a Pirlo that is super, super relaxed and that fails at Juve. And then you have the visionaries, the Zerbi, Italiano, and Nagelsmann. There are different
Yeah.
coaches there.
I think out of all of them, Klopp would probably be my number one pick because he's a manager that has done it on both sides. Because I remember with Dortmund when Dortmund wasn't doing that well, he is a man that knows how to build a team, and when he moved to Liverpool, he's a man that knows how to maintain it as well. They're not doing super as well as they could have done, but he is someone that has seen all the sides of Europe.
I'm just making the possible lineup that is right now out. Predicted lineup by Giovanni Albanese, and we know that a lot of time he's right. So let me show you. I'm working on it. So we have Danilo, we have Perin in the goal, Danilo, Bonucci, Bremer. Then we have De Sciglio, we have Kostic, Miretti, and then we have. Oof. That's strange. Up front. Okay. That's the predicted possible lineup. Perin, Danilo, Bonucci, Bremer, Locatelli, Rabiot, Miretti, Kostic, De Sciglio, and then Chiesa, Di Maria. It's a really strange lineup.
Yeah, at least he agreed with me on the three-man defense. But yeah, I don't know. It's. I would be very interested to see if that's the actual lineup that we see tomorrow.
But it's strange that we are playing with no strikers. That you are playing with no strikers here. Di Maria, Chiesa. Let me try to understand what he's doing with his crazy mind. Or are we playing with two? Wait. But why are you not playing Alexander?
I agree with Aldo. 2 false nines.
Wait. 2 false nines means at least you have 1 good 9, no? Let me try to understand what he has in mind this time. Maybe he's doing like this. Chiesa, falso 9. With the man that he's speaking about, or maybe he's again playing a 4-4-2 like we did versus Napoli. It's really strange. Really strange. I don't understand this lineup. Too much possibilities.
Well, hopefully Inter doesn't understand it either, and it confuses them enough that we score some goals. I would hope.
BT is giving a good explanation, because our strikers are not scoring. Very strange. Allegri is going crazy. We are going to be hoofing long balls to Chiesa and Di Maria. Well, if you play Bonucci, there is a big possibility.
Is who is Juventus's top scorer this year? Is it Rabiot?
Adrien Rabiot and Vlahovic both at 11. The difference is that Vlahovic scored 3 penalties and 2 free kicks. Rabiot 0 free kicks, 0 penalties. But they are at 11 both.
That is alarming.
Yeah. Yeah, it is alarming. Okay, let's go towards Koulibaly. And maybe, Mercato next season, which will be really difficult, guys. Again, we don't know. First of all, we have to win it on the field. Because we are all now, but we will qualify. We are not sure. So first of all, we need to qualify on the field. How do you qualify to a European competition called Champions League? Is or you win Europa League or you're in top 4 in Italy. But, okay, some voices are going towards a loan of Koulibaly. If 10 months ago I was super excited, I saw a lot of, because I spoke about it a bit on the video last time, I saw a lot of people saying, no. Your opinion about Kalidou?
For me, I don't see it happening.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like Koulibaly. He's a great defender, but I just feel like he has this thing out of respect for Napoli that he's not gonna play for Juve. But if he does decide to come along, I would gladly accept him because we know how well players that come from Napoli and play for Juve do. Pipita, for example. But I like him as a defender. He might have a little dip in form, but I think maybe if he steps back on the pitch in Serie A, he's gonna definitely regain his form. He's better than some defenders that we have now. So
you would be okay for a loan of Koulibaly, even if some people are saying, no, he's old, he's 32, give up. We need Ndika. This is what we need.
I mean, I don't want to say like he's old, because I mean it would be very hypocritical of not that I want to compare the two, but just speaking on the fact of old. Remember, we had one of the greatest goalkeeper of all time, Buffon, and a lot of people called him old, but he still did his thing, like. And I feel like Koulibaly still has something to offer. He definitely does, because we can say no now, but if he ends up clearing some lines, putting that nice physicality where it's needed, and besides, it's just a loan deal. Why not?
Sir Raz is asking, with Gatti, Bremer, Danilo, Rugani, Cambiaso, and Huijsen, do we need Koulibaly? Yeah. I think that Gatti, Bremer, Danilo, Rugani, Cambiaso, and Huijsen can't be the starting lineup of your defensive phase next year. Huijsen, guys, he's 17. He just celebrated 18. Doesn't matter. He will be a champion. He will be a fantastic player. Guys, give him time. He didn't even play an official game. So Cambiaso, ups and downs also him in terms of consistency. He's going with like 5 fantastic games, then he disappears a bit, then he doesn't play. If you are playing a 4-man defense, Cambiaso can play yes on the left, on the right. But Danilo is someone adapted in a 3-man defense. Can he really do the center back in the middle in a 4-man? That's a big question. Gatti needs to really continue to prove himself. It's not with 6 or 7 games that now Gatti is the best of the world, which he already changed a lot of the no-sayers with his recent performances, but calma. And Rugani is the player that I always respected when he entered the pitch, but there is a reason why he's not the starter at Juventus. So I think that the name that you are putting there are not enough. And if these are the names, I need Koulibaly. But what I would do is, first of all, speaking with Max or with the next coach and saying, how do we play? Are we playing with 4 men? Are we playing with 3 men? Give me not seriously what we want to do. And if you have that player injured, can you still continue to play with 4 or 3 men? Or do you need to change everything? Because that's important. Otherwise, we buy player just because of the name or because we believe in, and that can be dangerous.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Let's close with your wishes of... your wishes. No, I know what your wish... but a few more words about Inter, and then if you want, if there is a last topic that you want to go through that we didn't mention, probably, guys, if you have questions for Kurt, let them know in the chat, so that we have still 5 max 10 minutes together, and then we close.
Yeah, I'm welcome to any questions. As for Inter, I would like to ask you, like, do you feel that this whole situation with Lukaku, do you feel like Lukaku would end up making a difference in the game? Would he be as impactful as the Interistas imagine he would be?
You want my scenario for tomorrow?
Yeah, please.
I give you my scenario for tomorrow. Tomorrow. Pay attention, huh? Tomorrow, Inter scores 1-0. Then, we equalize late in the game. 1-1. We go to extra time. Nobody scores. We go to the penalties tomorrow. Decisive penalty. Saved by Perin. Missed by Lukaku. And we qualify.
You know, that would be a beautiful movie-like scenario, but at the same time, I can I can totally imagine because even I would feel that way, but I can totally imagine you would lose so much weight out of stress during that game, especially if it reaches penalty. Uh,
This is the best scenario ever. I think that I convinced people of my scenario. Marco Meola, I see Bogdan, people are happy. Guys, that hey, he wanted to play. You play, and then you miss the penalty. That would be fantastic. With the penalty, everyone scored. The last one, Romelu Lukaku, he take the ball. He has a percentage of success rate of penalty of 100% at the moment. He's sure that he will score. He's putting the ball in San Siro. Everyone, Romelu, Romelu, Romelu. Boom. And Perin saves it. Anyway.
would you prefer that scenario, or would you prefer just saying?
I know what you will say. I know what you will say. That's a difficult choice for me. But go.
Yeah. Or would you prefer Juve, Inter, 4 or 5-0 Juve win?
Oh, I was thinking that you would say, a late winning goal of Paul Pogba. But if you tell me 4-5-0, let's say 4-0 Juve, or the scenario I told you, that's a good question. I will ask the chat, okay? I will ask the chat with a poll. So, probably tomorrow we'll lose, guys. So it's a game. It's a game. Scenario. So, wait, what do you prefer? The 0-4 Juve, so Inter 0, or scenario Beppe? Anyway, in both cases we win, okay? In both cases we win. Let's see what the people will vote. At the moment, people are saying 4-0 for Juve. You convinced Michael, Jim as well for the confidence. 4-0 for Ryan Cross, 4-0 for Aldo. Pogba will score tomorrow. And you know what? I feel it. I feel it as well. But it's already one season that I feel also that Miretti will score. And at the moment, I'm still waiting. So my feelings are not working. But at the moment, the one that voted, they are going towards Inter 0, Juve 4. Only 21 are going with Beppe. I like, guys. Yeah. My scenario is fantastic. It's fantastic.
I mean, it even rhymes, the 4-0 will silence San Siro,
That of course, guys. Look, there is Thomas that is asking me so that you can choose the page for the game of tomorrow. Choose a page.
How many pages does that book have?
Okay, we start at 5 and we end at 149.
I'm gonna be a little selfish here and
87 makes sense.
87. Let's go with 87.
Okay, but you have top or bottom. You always have most of the case you have two quotes. Top or bottom?
Top.
Top. The best way to predict the future is to create it.
4-0 tomorrow. 4-0.
I show, of course, the best way to predict the future is to create it. I like the bottom as well. That said, the difference between good and great is attention to detail. But the best way to predict the future is to create it. Look, will we be able to create a 4-0? If I'm totally honest with you, I don't think that Juventus has the capacity to create a 4-0 at the moment. Would be great and would be fantastic, but I think if I have to make the game in my mind, and probably this is also what Allegri is doing, maybe the book is right, huh? If you want that 4-0 to happen, you have to create it. And what does that mean? That I was speaking about in the post game of Juve Napoli. I said, when you are going up, you score with Di Maria, then Chiesa assist to Vlahovic. You could have potentially a penalty on Cuadrado that was not a penalty. But when you're up, you create and you are about to score. Sometimes you score and they cancel it. But I think that tomorrow we'll see a boring beginning of the game, but a real boring game where Juventus will wait because the away goal rule doesn't exist neither in Coppa Italia. So it's a 0-0. And we will wait, and try to go up. If I look at the 3-5-1 that Allegri has chosen with Danilo, Bonucci, Bremer, Rabiot, Locatelli, Miretti, De Sciglio, Kostic, Chiesa, and Di Maria, I think that really it will be waiting, let Inter come, and then indeed with a Bonucci, with a Locatelli going with a long ball and try to surprise them with, because when I was telling you my crazy lineups to block also Bastoni to come up, that's what I was thinking that we could do. Well, apparently like this one, we will say to Bastoni to come. Instead of blocking him, we will ask him to come so that he's leaving spaces behind, because this is one of the problems of Inter. If they are going too much up with Di Marco, with Bastoni, they are leaving space there. And then we can be fatal. But I don't believe in a 4-0. Then if it happens, I'm happy.
Yeah, and I think who knows? We might even see a red card for Brozovic because he tends to be more on the aggressive side, and it's already going to be an aggressive game. So if the referee decides to be fair, we might see a red card.
Would be nice. The best scenario is, look, my scenario with Lukaku missing the penalty at the end, the decisive one, and then at the airport we see Doveri with the bag of Juve. That would be fantastic.
More things for the news. Then they're definitely gonna start a new investigation, and maybe ask for 50 points or something.
Yeah. It will be here. I will do the watch along here on YouTube tomorrow. Okay. Beppe, it was a very nice idea to bring a member of our dear community. Thanks to both. Tomorrow, so let me do the schedule of this week. So tomorrow, of course, morning video, and then in the evening we do watch along on this channel with post game. On Thursday, video in the morning, and then in the evening we have another guest where we will do, of course, the post game of Inter, but also something nice. You will see. It should be nice. It should be a nice live. Kurt, it was a real pleasure to have you on, but sincerely, I was super happy.
Yeah, the pleasure is all mine. I'm very honored to be here again. With you and a bunch of beautiful Juventini. It was very fun. It's still fun. I said it would be fun at the start, and it was indeed fun.
Would you come back?
Of course, 100%.
Then I'm happy. Guys, I hope you enjoyed Rise and Cross. Kurt on the channel with us for the first time. I was super happy because he already spoke with me on the app that we had. It was vocal, so I asked him, do you want to come? He said yes, and I was super happy to share also. For once, you don't hear too much but myself, but you heard someone else. Great voice, great deep voice. When I will work on a new intro, Kurt, I will ask you to say "Ciao Juventini of the world." Can you say it? Can you say it?
with my deep voice.
Yeah.
Ciao Juventini of the world.
Yeah, look, this would be fantastic. Count down like 3, 2, 1, and the voice of Kurt, Ciao Juventini of the world. That would be fantastic. Well, welcome to the GJustjuve channel.
Definitely, I would definitely. If you want it, I'll do it. No worries.
Sir Raz is saying I have a deeper voice as Kurt, I think. Well, Sir Raz, you need to come on the channel to prove us that one. Ron Rusitano is saying ciao Rise and Muhammad Youssef. Grande Curtinho, that's your new name. Styler G, grazie guys. Malik is laughing. Good talks for LJJ. I hope, of course, and that's the most important one, that all the people in the chat had a nice day. And I believe we really need it in a moment where it's not easy. We have to face it. It's not really easy because we see attacks from left, attacks from right. There are so many every time, new things that are popping up. It's difficult at the moment to follow. We don't do great on the field. It's a reality as well. So if we have moments where we can think about something else, I'm happy. Guys, ciao.
No worries.
And Forza.
They will make us smile tomorrow.
What do you want to do?
They will definitely make us smile tomorrow.
Hey, wait. I need to hang it. I still need to hang it. Guys, let me say thank you live to... I said it already multiple times.
Yeah.
Look, show yours.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah, it's mirror effect, so you need to be okay. So you have the one of Paul Pogba, the one of Dusan Vlahovic, and I want to say thank you because it's my friend Kurt that sent me this one as a Christmas gift, and it was really, really fantastic.
It's well, you might have one more on the way pretty soon.
No.
You might have one more on the way pretty soon.
But you know that since that you sent me this one, he didn't score anymore.
He didn't score anymore.
It's because of you. It's because of you.
Hey, that tomorrow I will make sure not to send you this one because he needs to save. He needs to save it.
Wow, beautiful one. Really beautiful one. Look at my last edition. I have put it on the video. I don't know if it was this morning or not. This one, I already had one version, but this one is, I don't know. Wait, let's make sure that it's not. Look, it's really, really special in terms of material, old vintage way of the shirt. Here you have Juventus made in Italy, super great material, and then you see here Platini, Michel Platini, the number of Platini.
Yeah,
really beautiful. With the Scudetto back then, and hopefully we can put it on really soon. That was last edition. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's a beautiful shirt.
My friend, thank you. Stay with me. Bear with me 1 second. I say hello to the chat, and then we do a 2-minute debrief. Ciao ragazzi. Ciao Forza.
Ciao.
Ciao.